She's sending you to voicemail.
This will be so funny.
She sends you to voicemail.
Hello?
Oh, here she is.
Oh, she made it.
Here she is. Coach, it's Abby.
Attention. The party is about to commence.
Welcome to the party.
What's up, party people? What's up? I'm Julie Foudy.
I'm Julie Foudy.
Who are you?
I'm Abby Wambach.
You are Abby Wambach.
Jules,
You are Abigail. Yeah?
I just want to say, I was trying to be silly and fun, and who knows if it comes across, but we really do want to welcome you, the party people. We're so appreciative of you coming on this journey with us. We have had the most fun doing this little show.
Facts.
And
Facts.
honestly, like, it's just been such a joy to come and get to talk to you, Jules, all the time. And today, a very, really serious, cool thing is happening in my personal life.
Do tell. What is it?
So there's a Hall of Fame induction at my high school today. And I couldn't get there for various reasons.
All the way across the country.
Yes, because Glennon's traveling today, and I needed to stay home because we have children, and you have to take care of children, evidently. And my coach, Kathleen Boughton, we called her Lady when we played. That's a weird thing to say, or Miss Boughton. So if I say Miss Boughton, it's just by habit. And she is getting inducted into my high school's Hall of Fame. Now,
no way.
This coach was such an important influence in my life, Julie. She coached me for not only soccer, but also basketball. And like
both.
Yes. And like the pod squad knows, I was also pretty good at basketball. She led us to a state final.
Do the party people know that, though? I think
know.
So. We have talked about it.
Yeah, we have talked about it.
Yeah.
But since I couldn't be there tonight in person, I wanted to make this day somehow special for her. And I thought, let's talk about our coaches, you know, and
you know what though? You should call her.
Yeah. I mean, do you think I should?
Yes. Wait, what time is the actual ceremony?
Okay. Wait, are you serious? That would be so cute.
It's right now. It's 12:45 on the West Coast that we're recording this.
So it's 3,
and it's 3:45, and it's probably.
So she's got a little time.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
come on, try it. See if she picks up.
Okay,
she's gonna be like, Abby, are you here? She knows you're not coming, right?
Yeah.
Does she think you're coming?
No, she thinks.
Okay, she knows.
Let's see.
Okay,
she picks up. What if she sends me to voicemail? Can you hear this?
Yes, she's gonna send you to voicemail. She's sending you to voicemail.
This will be so funny.
She sends you to voicemail.
Hello?
Oh, here she is.
Oh, she made it.
Here she is. Coach, it's Abby.
Where the hell have you been?
Okay, so just as a disclaimer, I just want to disclaim this. You are on a podcast recording with Julie and I. You can't hear her, so I'm going to have to repeat everything that she says to you, Coach.
Okay.
But you are now our first caller into our podcast show.
Phone a friend. Phone a Hall of Fame coach.
We're phoning a friend, and I just wanted to call you today.
Am I on the Millionaire Show?
Yeah.
You need me to answer a question?
Oh my God, I love Coach already. Coach already.
You do need to answer a question, but I just wanted to say, before we get into any of that, we won't keep you very long. I know you have a lot of festivities and people around you right now, but I just wanted to say that from the bottom of my heart, I really don't know if there could have been a more important person at the time of life that you were my coach. I was from 7th grade all the way till my senior year. You coached both my soccer and basketball teams. And I just think that your steadiness, your toughness, and your ability to create the team environment and your ability to bring all of us together and actually like bond as a team. It was foundational to the way that I operated in all of the teams that I played on after that. And I just wanted to tell you that personally. I know that you're going to have a lot of fun tonight. You absolutely have. I don't know why it took them so long to induct you into this Hall of Fame, because you absolutely deserve this.
Well, when I left, they dropped it. Remember, I started it and you got in it. You were the last one in it.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, I left Mercy and they never reinstated it or reestablished it. So it's been 25 years.
So this is the first time they're reestablishing the Hall of Famer. And of course, it would be you, because you were the one that started it.
I tried my best. But I want to just tell you that I mean, it made my life to coach you.
Oh.
And it's the one thing that I'm just so proud of. And when you're coaching someone like you, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but years and years ago, probably you were in maybe 9th grade. And I told a sports reporter, I said, she's going to be an Olympian someday.
You did?
And I knew it. And I think I still have that recording. And when you're coaching someone of that caliber, number one, you don't want to mess them up. Yeah. Number two, remember, I never even played soccer. I had to learn the game.
Oh.
And number three, I didn't really need to work on your physical skills. You had everything you needed. You were God-given. But I'm hoping that the character attributes are the things that helped you in your whole life now.
Absolutely, they were. And Julie, you had a question you wanted to ask her. I'll repeat it.
Because Coach can't hear me again. But
Pardon me?
Coach, first off, tell her congratulations.
Congratulations.
This is amazing.
Julie is saying congratulations first off.
And tell her thank you.
Tell her I'm very humbled by it. It was my players, not me. Believe me. I had great athletes.
Tell her I'm so happy that she picked up your call, because I might have sent you to voicemail. And second, if what like favorite Abby story? Okay. I mean, there's got to be like 7,000 of them, but favorite Abby story.
Okay, Miss Boughton, she's saying congratulations. You absolutely deserve it. She's so grateful that you're on the show, and she wants to know what your absolute favorite Abby story is, if you have one. And it doesn't have to be about soccer; it can be funny.
Yeah, they're very funny. I probably have two. I remember once we were in the van. She was in 8th grade, and you were very precocious, very obnoxious, and you were in the back, I think with Kelly and Gina maybe, and you were so loud, so obnoxious. I told you to calm down 100 times. I don't know if you remember, I pulled the van over.
Yeah.
And I got your butt to the front seat. And then I think there was another time. Did I kick you out of practice?
Yes.
And send you home?
Yes, you did kick me out of practice.
I sent you home, I think.
You did.
Oh my God.
There was another time, I think you and somebody I just made run forever.
Yes. Okay. It was
just run forever.
That was a bad thing. I shouldn't have done that.
No, it was me and Shauna. What was her last name? Do you remember? Selner. Me and Shauna Selner, we had a case of the giggles. And,
yeah, she did.
And Coach Boughton, she was like, you guys run. And so she made us run in opposite directions around the field, but we would meet each other
forever
halfway. And so we would start laughing. And so Miss Boughton was like, get out of practice. And she kicked me out of practice. I think I was a freshman or a sophomore. And I remember getting down to the parking lot being like, well, what do I do now? Like,
did you go home and tell your mother?
Yeah, I went home. Of course, I didn't tell my mother, but I'm sure you did.
Why are you home early from practice? That's so weird, because Abby's never like that with the national team at all.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
A little obnoxious.
I was obnoxious.
And Julie, does she know how scrawny you were in 7th grade? That you played JV?
I was scrawny. Yeah,
and Abby in the same sentence. Never heard of it.
Scrawny.
You used to get knocked over. People would just shove you, and you'd be gone.
So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Wait, one last question.
One last
Coach.
question.
I know
Julie
she's
has.
going to get inducted. So thank you for doing this. What advice? I mean, you've been at this a very long time and have done multiple sports and influenced all these lives. And you're just hearing one with Abby. But what advice would you give to a young coach who's deciding if she wants to get into coaching?
Okay. Julie's asking, what advice? You've had hundreds of athletes that you've had an impact and students who you've had impact on. what is some advice for a young coach who's just starting out right now? What would you give them as advice?
My advice is to sit down with yourself and decide what your philosophy is going to be. And once you start that philosophy and you know it's working, if it's not working, you got to sit down like with a senior coach, someone like me, and figure out why it's not working. But I sat down with my high school coach when I began, and we had different philosophies. But once I had my philosophy, I stuck to it. No parent could make me change it. No athlete could make me change it because I was stubborn. But I think it made me consistent. I didn't care if you were the star or you were the worst kid on the team. You got treated equal.
That is true. And I can attest to that. I can attest to that. And it made me understand the importance of teammates and having the relationships with your teammates, especially because I was one of the better players. Like they needed to pass me the ball, and nobody's going to pass me the ball if they don't like me.
Yeah.
Right. And you also were so nice to them. I think you have to tell kids, you know what? You may be great at this. You may be great at that. You might be an average soccer player, but you're part of us.
Yeah.
And it matters. It matters whether you're on the bench doing something, or it matters if you give somebody a pat on the back or they're having a bad day. I think we were like a big family.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And it continued year after year because kids like coming into the school or looking to go to school there, they saw that. They saw it on the field. They saw us off the court. They saw our reputation, our good character. And I think that it totally matters.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go get your awards and your Hall of Famer. Do they give you like a trophy for it? Because I've got my Hall of Famer trophy over here from U.S. Soccer.
They're giving us plaques, but you will also, they're doing a wall now. They're going to unveil tonight. So you will also be on the wall.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
we're giving her a cheer.
Julie's giving you a cheer, and I am sorry that I cannot be there in person, but I think that this might be the second best thing, because this episode will live forever. And we won't.
Tell her congrats.
So,
Coach Kathy.
I love you so much, Kath. Have the best night. Congratulations. You deserve to celebrate so big with everybody. Love you, sister.
All right.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she picked up. Yes. Coach Kathy Boughton, Mercy High School Hall of Fame. Let's go. Abs, yes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, she's cute.
All right. So, Jules, you know that us athletes, we know a lot about clothing. We have to, because
we do.
Yeah. After so many years in such specific high performance clothing, and in the early years, it wasn't very high performance. I now have extremely strong feelings about everything from fabric to cuff height to breathability.
Wait, let me just interject real quick and tell you how much I know about fabric, because it was like, you talk about the old days, it was like heavy cotton that like if you sweated in it, you had remember those big gray like sweat marks because it was so thick and rough.
The worst.
And it was like an extra 10 pounds on your body, by the way, FYI.
I know. And that's why I love Vuori's Dream Knit Performance Jogger. Honestly, they somehow figured out how to make parts of that feel like pajamas, but still look like I'm put together enough to wear anywhere. And when I'm on the road, it's what I travel in. When I walk the dog, it's what I walk them in. When I'm going to meetings, when I'm having coffee, when I'm just relaxing on the couch with my family. And the magic is in Vuori's Dream Knit fabric. It's unbelievable. Have you felt it, Jules? It's lightweight, it's soft, it stretches with you.
Lots of pairs.
But it seems to never lose its shape, no matter how many times you wash it, no matter where you wear it, no matter how much you sweat in it or try to ruin these clothes. They don't ruin.
No. And they're so light and airy that when you're actually working out in them, I was just running on the tread the other day when I was traveling, and they're great travel clothes, by the way, because you just roll them up and they're in. I actually felt like I had nothing on. I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh, it's so light and airy and beautiful. Like I can actually run on a treadmill again. Oh my God. Okay. So Vuori is an investment, yes, in your happiness. And for all our listeners, this is the really cool thing. They are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable clothes and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/welcome to the party. That's VUORI.com/welcome to the party. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. And not only abs will all our listeners receive that 20% off their first purchase, but you're going to enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75. And I love this, free returns. So go to vuori.com/welcome to the party and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
Do you have any coaches in your life that were really extraordinary / meaningful, taught you something special about yourself that made you into who you are?
Yeah. And this is why I so love that you just did that, because it shows you the impact that coaches have on players. And you think about it, right? And how important this profession is. You think about the amount of time a coach gets with a student or athlete, or in high school, in college. They're spending more time on the field, in meetings, in sessions with the team than you are with your family members even. So like the impact you can have on a daily basis on a child and their growth, and of course, not just their sport, but who they are as a human being, is enormous. And it's why we should talk about, when we have coaches in our lives that influence us in really meaningful ways, we should celebrate them, because as we know, being a coach is freaking hard.
It's hard.
It is
so
really hard.
And especially nowadays where parents are all up in their business.
Oh yeah. And they're constantly in their ears and they're talking to them. So it's hard. And I feel coaches for that. But I just wish we were in a situation too, where we were creating a bigger pipeline. We will get into this a little bit at the end, just for more women to get into coaching.
Yeah.
But of course, the one, when you talk about someone who has left an immeasurable impact on my life, Tony DiCicco, right? When you think about,
R.I.P. Tony.
Yeah. And Tony was our U.S. women's national team coach from 1994 to 99. We won an Olympics with him in 96. We won, of course, the 1999 World Cup with him. And then sadly, he passed to cancer in 2017. But Tony, when you talk, Kathy was saying, like, figure out what you want as a coach. That's the advice you would give, who you are, what you stand for. Tony stood for family. He stood for joy. He would literally come to the field. And when you have a coach that brings this incredible energy every single day, that is a gift. I don't think I realized it at the time, but it's an absolute gift. He would show up and it would be, another day. We trained for 6 months together before an Olympics. This is pre-professional league days. So the national team did these big, long residential stays together. So we were living in Florida before the 96 Olympics, and it would be, like one of those days where you're like, oh God, another day together, right? On the grass. And he would show up but it would be a gorgeous day in January, and the freshly cut grass, and he'd be like, I love my job, before we started practice. And what would we do? We would turn around and go, so do we. We love our jobs. And you're like, oh my God, it's this perspective of, here we are. It goes back to, is being a professional athlete hard? Yes or no? Like, the idea, maybe this is where I get the idea of it being a gift, is Tony set that tone of, this is a gift, what we're doing. And yes, it's hard. And yes, it's a toil and it's demanding, but oh my God. And so he was always bringing us together, dinners at his house. His whole family of 4 boys and fabulous wife, Diane, had to move down to Orlando and live with us all. And so it created this incredible family unit, trusting unit, and equally important, joyful unit. And that was Tony DiCicco.
That's so interesting. That's exactly how I felt when I came in as a really young player on the national team. He was the coach.
Did you ever get to play under him?
No, I never got to play under him. He was like always watching our youth national team things as the head coach of the senior women's team in like the late 90s. And because after the 99 World Cup, did he step down or did they just hire April?
They just decided that, we're good. He was not very happy with the decision, nor were we. They were like, we're good. We're going on to another coach. This is when we were having all these fights with U.S. Soccer.
Right.
And so they felt like, I think he was a little too compliant with us. I'm like, what? We basically told him, Tony, this isn't your fight to get in the middle of. Please don't get in the middle of it. It's not your fight. And he just stayed out of it, right? As he should. Anyways. That's a whole nother podcast, sister.
Well, and it is a whole nother podcast, and we will go there. We will get into it one day. Yeah, he just seemed like an incredible coach bringing you guys together. But the overall thing that I felt when I came into the national team, first and foremost, and I think that it's so lovely that it was kind of crafted and co-created by Tony, one of the legendary coaches of the game. That is how I felt like you guys were. I was like, you guys feel like you're family. It's not just teammates. It was like really a family vibe, which was really beautiful.
Anson started that as well, but man, Tony ran with it, right? And I think just time together like that really helps. I mean, obviously now they come in for a week or two. They don't get the 6 months like that. That's very different. What about you in terms of other coaches that impacted you?
Oh, okay. Well, this is kind of an interesting, fun little story. I feel like Jerry Smith, who is the Santa Clara University women's soccer coach and has been for 39 seasons.
Oh my gosh, is that how long it's been? Go Jerry.
It's just incredible. And he still loves it and he's still coaching there. And my kid is going to be going and playing soccer there next season, which is wild.
Let's go, Emma!
He happened to be the U21 back in the day when U21 was an age group for the youth national teams. He was my coach. And so I got called into camp and during one of our one-on-one sessions that almost every single camp you get called into, you have a one-on-one session with the coach where they sit you down and they tell you what they think about you and they give you some help and or advice to help you progress and become better. And he sat me down and he said, I'll never forget it. We were in Chula Vista in the dining hall. And he said, all right, look, what I'm going to tell you is not what I'm going to tell probably anybody else here, but I do think it's going to matter. And what I'm going to tell you is if you were to spend the next 3 months completely focusing only on your fitness and getting extremely fit, you're probably going to get called into the national team. And then you're probably also going to score a lot of goals for this country on the senior women's national team. And I had this moment in my body. I'll never forget this moment because it was the first time that a coach showed up to me with some real hard facts. Basically, you're lazy, Abby. Basically, you got a lot of natural raw talent. You've got this thing that you can't teach, but it's not, you're underutilizing the thing because you don't have enough mobility around the field. You're tired. You're focusing on your fitness and your tiredness during a game rather than just being free and playing. And if you're free and playing, you're scoring goals. And so it was the first time somebody offered me this kind of critique at maybe the most important time in my life. I think I was like late junior year. And so I spent the next couple of months just training so hard.
Wait, so I was just going to say, how did you take it?
Yeah,
when I mean, someone gives you kind of that hard information.
Yeah, it was a tough conversation, and I had the choice. I could say, okay, screw him, or I wonder. There was a lot of truth in it. Like there was no arguing with him. Like, yeah, I did the very least amount that I needed to. I would get fit for seasons, and then I would get unfit, and it was just this roller coaster that I would get on. But if I actually started to prioritize my fitness and make that my job and then let the soccer be the fun part, that's what I ended up doing. So I spent the next 3 or 4 months training as hard as I could at school. And, I got a trainer. I revamped my diet. I revamped the way that the mentality, right? It was like the way that I approached the game just had to change. And I did it. And I got called in 2001 in September.
So this is when you're how old? Like 18?
21. I was 20. I was 20.
Okay, so you're just in the middle of college, finishing college.
21 years old. And then as soon as I got called into the national team, I guess the rest, as is say, is history. But, you know, it was a good couple of years before I stabilized as like a constant member on the senior team. But it was that advice that I took. And it was that bravery from him that he gave me that advice that ended up actually being the thing that changed my life. I love Jerry. He's the best.
I love that. Who else?
Do you want to go? I think you got to go.
No, you go, and then I'll give you my last one at the end.
All right. So first and foremost, I have had, and also people don't come at us. We have had great coaches. Just because we're talking about a couple doesn't mean this excludes so many coaches that I've had. I mean, from Jill Ellis to Becky Burley, big influence in college. But I'm going to choose to talk about one person who had an extraordinary impact, not just on my playing career, but as a human being, Pia Sundhage from Sweden. She was the head coach of our women's national team from 2008 to 2012. And
played on the Swedish national team before that for many years. She was my era playing. She was a good player.
She was a
baller.
Baller. She was a coach for us when we won 2 Olympic gold medals. And it's, nobody knows this story, which I can't believe I'm going to tell you this.
Oh, yes. Yay.
2 things. One,
okay.
She played us a song with her guitar and her mouth at her very first national team camp. These times are changing, a Bob Dylan song. We thought she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We were like, this person is not serious. She doesn't take soccer seriously. What are we going to do? We're screwed. That was kind of how we felt when she started playing the song. But there was also something that happened throughout the rest of the song.
Wait, she literally got up in front of the team with her guitar. Because mind you, this is a player who, when she was playing back in the day, we used to have these banquets with all the teams coming together. Yeah. This is so old school. It'd have like these, where they'd feed us dinner.
All together,
and then Pia, all together. And it's like so awkward because you're with all these other teams that you really don't like, right?
Yeah,
or you don't want to like.
Yeah.
And then Pia would get up there with her guitar as a player and start playing at these banquets. And we were like, yo, what is up with this guy?
Yes.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And she was really good. And I, of course, was like, I love her. This is amazing.
Yes.
So you thought, oh, she's crazy. Yeah, I guess if the coach does that in their very first meeting.
In your very first meeting, you're like, you're playing an instrument. We're here to do soccer, right? And we kind of fancied ourselves like kind of a big deal, right? And this is 2008. And as soon as she starts playing, we're kind of like looking at each other. By the end of the song, because we realized, oh no, she's serious about this music thing. We came to learn about Pia and her personality and her very much big love of music and her very much big love of soccer and how it was really important to her to bring those 2 worlds together in every way that she possibly could. So she was always whistling, always singing. She'd be like setting up training, drills and cones and whatnot. And she'd be like literally whistling while she worked because she just had such a love affair with music and the way that it inspired her and a lot. And the other thing I want to talk about with her, which was probably the most important leadership advice and or modeling that I have ever witnessed, for the entirety of 2011, she came up to me before every single practice, Jules, and she would whisper in my ear, 2011, best player in the world.
Oh, no way.
And at first when she started to do that, I'm like, yeah, right. Like whatever, because that's not something that I focused any of my energy on or any time thinking about it. It was like, all I cared about was winning the World Cup because it was the World Cup year. Right.
Right.
And she was relentless. She just did this every once in a while, every single camp she'd go, 2011, Abby Wambach, best player in the world. And I'd like, and over time, what ended up happening was I started thinking, I wonder if that could even be possible. I wonder if that could even be something that could be in my future. I wonder if I could have such an incredibly outrageously successful World Cup that could be possible, right? So fast forward, we lose the
she
world.
put it into she planted the seed in your mind. You were kind of like thinking just big picture team, World Cups. You weren't thinking I could be the best player in the world.
Exactly. And what she was saying was
exactly wanted to do.
She was saying, if you are the best player, we are the best team. That's what she was saying. And that was something that I really had to embody and embrace as a responsibility, as something that I could handle and that I could carry. And she started it from the very first camp in January of 2011. Wow. So fast forward to the tournament, we end up unfortunately losing penalty kicks to Japan. However, we have an incredible run. We have this incredible game against Brazil. I think a lot of the listeners remember the game in 2011 where I scored that late header. I totally
quarterfinal.
Yeah, I totally believe.
We were just talking about it the other day. Yeah,
that header only happens if Pia is planting that seed 10 months prior.
That's exactly what I went to when you said she said that to you in your ear. I was like, oh my gosh, that was the year that she scored that. Rapinoe flies it across. We were just talking about that when the Brazilian keeper came out and you just calmly, boom.
Yeah.
And the equalizer that sent it to extra time and then you won a PKs.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I didn't end up winning the 2011 Player of the Year. Homare Sawa won it that year because she scored the game-winning goal in the final.
She was amazing.
She was the best player in the tournament, and I was the second best player in the tournament. And in 2012, after the Olympics, I was named the best player in the year, and also Coach Pia Sundhage was also named the 2012 FIFA Coach of the Year. It was one of the best nights of my life because I got to celebrate what was such a heartbreak, having felt like we were so close. Because I think I came number 2 or 3 in 2011 after that World Cup. And we were just so heartbroken. But then we were able to win the Olympics in 2012. And then we were able to bring home the hardware for that achievement in 2012, both for country, coach, and player of the year.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you say, hey, you were just off by 1 year? It was so close. You almost had it.
I know. You were almost a sage.
Almost there.
It's so easy to postpone our mental health, delaying the support we so desperately need. And I've done it a million times, knowing something was off, but thinking I could just get through it when things finally cooled down, right? And honestly, feeling that way made more sense then. Therapy used to feel too expensive, too complicated, or just impossible to fit into real life. Grow Therapy is designed to change just that. They're insurance-friendly, affordable, and easy to understand. And I think therapy is a must, not only just for me, but I think it's a must for everybody. And so many people out there, good therapists can make all the difference in weathering the storms of life. Grow Therapy is really innovating in the space. No subscriptions, no long-term commitments, just support that fits your life and your budget. And with thousands of licensed therapists across the US, you can filter by what matters to you: insurance, specialty, identity, or availability. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0. Depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/welcome to the party today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/welcome to the party. Growtherapy.com/welcome to the party. Availability and coverage may vary by state and insurance plan. Jules, who else you got on your list?
Well, this is one, Pia reminds me a lot of Emma Hayes, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, and that was one. I've never been coached by Emma, but having watched her from the sideline and getting a front row seat to all these games I call, and we sit with her in meetings all the time. I mean, she's so gracious with her time with the broadcasting crew of like literally she'll pull out her whiteboard like I do with these, and she'll scribble all the different things they're working on and trying. And I mean, it's just like you just sit there and go, oh my gosh. But beyond that, like we know she's really good with the X's and O's and the tactics of it all. The thing that so impresses me with her, I mean, mind you, this is a woman who took over the U.S. women's national team after having coached at Chelsea and won 16 trophies at Chelsea and 7 women's Super League titles and five FA Cups, and right, like she was so successful and had spent much of her career, even though she had been here with our first league. You had her, Abby, as an assistant, right?
She was a consultant for the Washington Freedom,
which is crazy.
And she was great. I just remember because, this is, God, I don't even know what year, 2013? No. 2008?
It had to have been way earlier. Because it was before she went to Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse my lack of knowing years, but she was great. I remember she would always pull me aside, and I like the pull aside at like in between for like a water break or a hydration break. I love the pull aside from a coach. Hey, I was noticing this thing. Maybe try this. Good. Or I was noticing this. I just liked her very personal vibe approach.
Yeah. And that's the thing that has really been so fun to watch, is that when she left Chelsea and made the decision to come and take this, the helm of the U.S. women's national team, she only had 4 games with the U.S. team, like 8 training sessions before they even went to the Olympics, because she had to finish out her Chelsea career. Mm-hmm. So with 4 games and no time, 8 training sessions with the Olympic team, the U.S. team that had, FYI, lost in the World Cup the year prior in not so bueno fashion, right? They did not look good in the 2023 World Cup, and then lost the prior Olympics. Didn't look great there either in Tokyo games. So she comes in with all this pressure, like, what's happened to the United States? I think we were ranked like 3 or 4 at the time. We had never not been ranked number 1 in the world. She comes in with all this pressure of like, can you do it in 4 games and 8 training sessions? What are you going to do? And the woman pulled off a masterclass. She would kill me if I didn't thank her staff as well, or acknowledge her staff, acknowledge her staff as well. Mm-hmm. But that she brought all her staff from Chelsea, which tells you a lot when they all want to come with you, right? To come, and she was able to, in 8 sessions and 4 games, take this team to the Olympics with enough confidence and freedom and joy. All these things that I talk about with Tony and what he brought to the team. Like, Emma said at one point during the Paris Games, when we were talking to her, I'm like, how you doing? How's it feeling? Like, what have you been doing? And she's like, oh my God, it's like I'm on vacation right now. It's like I'm on holiday. There's the British. It's like I'm on holiday.
In Olympics?
It's so much fun. Yeah, at the Olympics. And that came across, that very chill, having fun. She got a karaoke machine for the players' room, very much kind of 99er-esque of like, let's have fun. Let's be creative. And when we opened that up, she got them in a really quick time, which we know is very hard to do. Get on the same page in terms of trusting each other and feeling that in the room of like, okay, we can do something here. We know we have a lot of great players. Let's just now bring it together. So that to me is, and your coach Kathy talked about it at the very end, the character piece of it, the player development piece, the player management piece of it. Like, yes, you want a good coach, but you want someone that's going to push you to be better than you ever thought you could be, who's going to be whispering in your ear, you can do better than you think you can. Mm-hmm. To be the person that says, yes, sports are important, but guess what? Like, it's about loving your teammate. It's about being a good teammate. It's all these other things that we know we take as a gift in sport every day, but you may not know it in the moment, but your coach is going to plant that seed so that when you walk away from the game, you call on those little seeds that have been planted for so long. And that is why a coach is so important to me, because they have the capability. And I hope for every coach that's like struggling because they're just tired, and think about the opportunity you have to impact a life in an incredible, meaningful way. Most of us don't get that opportunity on a daily basis as you do. And what you're doing really does matter. And it's really cool.
And I tell you what, there's something that's happened ever since we got off the phone with my coach from high school, Kathy Boughton. Reach out to the people and the coaches in your life that have moved you and tell them. So many of the seeds that they plant inside of us They don't need the affirmation or the recognition, but it's important to give it when it's due, right? And so let this serve as a reminder to reach out to those people in our lives that have helped us become the people that we are. Let this serve as a reminder to just think about, how did I get here and who helped me get here? Maybe we haven't even figured out who it is yet, but give yourself the gift of maybe sitting down, writing down some of the people in your life that have had the biggest impact, and call them up, let them know.
Yeah. And let it serve as a reminder that we should really put more time and energy and investment into coaches in general, and teaching them how to be great coaches, and fostering really great pipelines for women to get through. As we know, there's a real issue with, women thinking it's not a career I can spend a lot of time in. So I think the most important thing is that we recognize how important these people are in our lives, and put that investment into making sure we get it right. Yep.
I hear it. I think that coaches are the most important, and we got to get some good ones in there.
Yeah. And congrats to Kathy again.
So
yes.
Great. I'm so proud of her.
I know, Abs, you so badly wanted to be there too. Yes. I remember you talking about that. Like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to be able to
I did. You want to know why I'm not there? It's because our youngest, her soccer coach was on family vacation and asked me to train the kids for the week. And I was
seriously, you've been training a team?
And I was
how did you bury this lead? How did you bury this?
Well, because it's not something that I want to necessarily. I want to go out there like once a week with them, just so that I can talk to the girls and be a presence and remind them they need to get off of their phones and eat better and drink more water and sleep more, because they'll listen to me. But I also, it is a burying a little bit of the lead, but. And also, I didn't know this. It's been a really fun week coaching them.
Really?
Didn't know I had that in me.
I cannot believe you didn't even tell me that.
Yeah.
What would Emma say?
I think that she would say it's weird to have your worlds collide. It's very weird because, if I'm coaching, Glennon is right there on the sidelines shagging balls. She brought cookies yesterday.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, she did. If you're going, I'm going. We're going together.
Glennon's like, oh my gosh, you better not tell Rebecca Lowe that Glennon was there watching, because she will not. You told her no practices. Remember, no practices. But to be fair,
nothing I say,
cookies.
Glennon listens to. Glennon doesn't listen to me. My advice.
She was bringing cookies. I mean, Glennon,
that was her
you
role.
should always have. Yeah, you should have that role.
Yeah,
you should have that role. That or donut holes. I'm a big fan of both.
Yeah.
All right, party people, another party in the books. Don't forget to subscribe to the Welcome to the Party YouTube channel so you can actually watch the party, and click on that little bell icon so that you get notifications. It means a lot to us when you do all those things.
Yeah. And if you can, just take 1 minute, just takes one little minute, because we would appreciate it. And it actually really helps us understand more about what we want to do with this podcast and to actually be able to do this podcast. So if you wouldn't mind, rate, leave a comment, and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And also be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Welcome to the Party Show, where Julie, Billy, and I will bring the party straight to your feed. You can also email us at
this is important too. Yes, we have an email.
Very important. You can also email us at partypeoplequestions@gmail.com. Another big, huge shout out to our friend and composer, Kate Diaz, for our theme music.
Diaz.
You wrote it, you composed it, and it is the way we bop into and out of every single episode.
Yes.
Jules,
this one's for Kathy.
This one's for Kathy.
Coach.
Kathy,
do it, Abs.
USA on 3. 1, 2, 3. USA, 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 USA.
Oh! Yeah, Kath. Get it. Oh, wrong way. I almost ate the paper. Kathy!
Yes! Welcome to the Party is an independent production brought to you by Treat Media. Treat Media makes art for humans who want to stay human. Forever Dog is our production partner, and you can watch our full conversations on the Welcome to the Party YouTube channel and follow us at Welcome to the Party Show on Instagram and TikTok.